Started. Welcome to our home. I'm Ricky Undermeyer. This is my beautiful wife, Francoise. Also, we're the #1 team in Viseo. So before we get started, we're going to show you guys a quick video which will show you Viseo and why we're so excited about it. So I'll get that started.
Are we live?
Who may not know who we are, we're Dallin and Carrie Larson. We founded a company called Monavie in 2005 and spent almost the next 10 years leading that company. Monavie went from zero to nearly $1 billion in annual revenue in less than 5 years. I know of no other direct selling company that has ever experienced such a steep growth trajectory. Folks, it's about to get really exciting. I hope you're starting to sense what's about to happen. Can you feel it? I told Carrie a few weeks ago that I can feel the energy beginning to percolate. We've been down this path before and know that feeling. It's a feeling of excitement, a little nervousness, the calm before the storm. This video message has not been created to answer all your questions, obviously, but rather simply to let you know that we are back. And we're going to spend the next 3 to 5 months determining who we will be partnering with as our pioneering field leaders. In the movie Field of Dreams, Ray Kinsella hears the voice saying, "If you build it, they will come." We are going to build it, and we believe that people will come. These are the people we are going to spend the rest of our lives with. We're hearing your voices already. We will build it by developing a loyal base of customers who consume our products each and every day. We will build it to stand the test of time. We will build it with humility, with faith, with solid and unwavering principles, and never forget that at the end of our days, we want our lives to be an accumulation of those small acts of goodness that end up leading to great and significant things.
And what's most important to us is that we remain grounded, committed to each other and to the Lord, committed to helping as many people as we can physically, financially, and spiritually. It's important to us that we finish strong and that we keep our word and that we align with the right nonprofit to help the needy of the world. And then, when our days, like our dad's, have come to an end, we'll return to the God who gave us life. And as we fall into his glorious arms, we'll see him smiling back on us, whispering the words, "Well done."
And that, my friends, is why we choose to enter the arena one last time. We don't promise you millions of dollars. We do promise we will do our very best with the gifts and talents we've been given to bless as many as we can for as long as we can. So if you're at a place in your life where this message resonates with you, we want you to be a part of this new venture with us from the very beginning. You know, today we drop the pebble in the ocean and we see a small ripple that over the coming years, God willing, and as we are faithful to our word and to each other, will extend around the world. Something significant is born today. So let's get on with it. There are people waiting for us and counting on us. Welcome home.
Did you know that most nutrients are poorly absorbed within the body? And while advances in technology seem to be a daily occurrence, significant advances in how how nutrition is absorbed within the body has made very slow progress, until now. MicroLife Nutritionals by Paseo features advanced non-GMO liposomes and micronutrient encapsulation technology to ensure your body is getting the maximum benefits of the nutrients it absorbs. These revolutionary products consist of MicroLife Core Essentials Microcaps, an exciting daily multivitamin and trace mineral complex, specially formulated to fill in nutritional gaps. Build your foundation of health with Core Essentials. MicroLife Energy Microgel for a boost of natural healthy energy. One spray of this gel and you'll be able to feel its natural energy begin to bring new life to your day. MicroLife Neuro Microcaps help support healthy brain function and mental clarity. It's like a well-balanced meal for your brain. MicroLife Renew Microgel support a healthy inflammatory response throughout your body. It's like yoga for your inner health. MicroLife Sleep Micromist, a non-habit-forming formula that helps you prepare your mind and body for that restful night's sleep you've been dreaming of. With MicroLife's proprietary liposomal delivery system, your body can now maximize the absorption of these life-changing formulas. With Paseo, the difference is in the delivery, and that makes all the difference.
Where we came from, and then I'll have about 4 leaders come up here so you could hear a little different what's happened in their life just recently. But I was born and raised in Jacksonville, like a lot of people in this room, and my dad was a pastor. 17, got kicked out of high school. I skipped too much, didn't like school, had a car, probably a bad combination. And then at 19, like a lot of people know, I found a millionaire mentor. And I always tell this story because that's what you get here, is you get people that are successful. It's going to help you be successful. And by the time I was 21, I was doing $1.7 million and went on to be very successful. You know, and so is my wife, but I want to leave, before she tells you her story, I want you to know that, you know, we've been pretty successful in our life, but this will be the biggest thing we've ever done. And what we're trying to express to you guys, we want to bring you with us, because we can do that here. My construction company, I couldn't bring people with me unless they were in the industry, and they weren't very like-minded to get to a better place. So I went on to be pretty successful. My wife and I built this beautiful home at 26, and you know, then we had 2 beautiful children by the time, and they're 7 and 9. Home from the gym at 8 o'clock, you see our kids for 30 minutes. And you know, there's a lot of moms here. It's not a way to raise your kids, to see your kids for 30 minutes. And that wasn't very fulfilling for her. And that's when we started looking.
Yeah, around that time, I had a very large department. I was the director of nursing. 4 departments, my largest over 1,000, so I was super stressed all the time. I felt like I wasn't a mom, I wasn't a wife, and I had 2 small children at home, so I asked him to stay home. And you know, he honored that, which obviously at this time we had just purchased this home, and it was a big, you know, financial change in our family and stuff. But he respected that, especially, you know, we came from a family of 7, and my parents were divorced since I've been 7, and she worked all the time. She was never home, never present. Not because she didn't want to be, just because she had to make ends meet. She was a CNA. I think she made like $5 an hour. So 7 kids, that's one of my brothers right there. And so we struggled, and so, you know, I was okay with that because I felt like being home was important to me. And so for 7 years, I enjoyed my time with my children, but they got 7 and 9, and I felt like, okay, I'm ready for something part-time. And so we started looking. He's an entrepreneur since he was 19, so he's like, let's open a business. I don't want to trade hours for dollars. We need to find something together. And so we looked into opening an organic restaurant over Atlantic Beach, and it sounds super cool. You know, beach cruisers, bathing suits, that sounds really fun. But when I saw the business plan, how expensive it was, it's such a huge investment. Who knows if you're ever going to get back? And not only that, the time it was going to take. I said, no way. I'm just going to go back to school, and I'm going to go get my PA, because I was only a little while removed from that. And so I sat down with a friend and asked her, because she was a PA, I wanted some advice before I made that decision. And she suggested looking at a network marketing company. And little did I know, she was actually making $500,000 a year, not even using her degree. And I was like, whoa, this is interesting. And you know, to be honest, she's invited me to meetings like this for 7 years. She would text me and it would be crickets. I was the worst friend ever. I mean, I don't know how many times you guys have been invited before you actually came. Text to change. I needed to find something because everything he was finding was not working. So I sat down with her and I started to realize the power of the business. And there's a few things that I really liked about it. One, I could do it on my own time. The investment was really small. And it was a residual income. It was something that I could make money when I sleep. Because guys, if you're working a 9 to 5, if you're going to do that, you're going to work for the rest of your life. And so I wanted to find something different. Something that when I'm home with my kids, I could still be making money. When I'm on vacation, we could still be making money. And I saw that. And I had a friend that was very successful. I never was approached by a network marketing person before that was really successful. All my friends that ever showed it to me were amateurs, and they did it as a hobby. They signed up 2 people, but they quit. So I knew if I would do the same thing she did, I would get the same result. So I jumped in. Actually, I came home, told him about it. He thought I was crazy. He's like, wait a second, you don't want to be a PA, you don't want to open a restaurant, but you want to do this? You want to be the Mary Kay girl? I'm like, yes, that's what I want to do, and I totally believe in it. So he's like, go ahead, honey, do your cute thing. And so I did. First few days, actually the first day, I sat down with 4 people. They all said no. I almost quit. Actually, he was telling me it was okay to quit. But then I was like, you know something, realistically, if I wanted to lose 10 pounds, and I asked you, do you want to go to the gym with me? You said no. Would I not go? No, I would probably still go. I'd be like, all right, fine, sit on the couch, eat Cheetos, whatever. In 6 months, I'll have abs and you'll be wishing you came with me, right? When the time is right. And so I went ahead and I decided I was going to do it. A few days, he saw success after I just kept on going, right? And I went through those no's. And then he joined me on like day 3. By day 7, guys, we broke a network marketing history record. We hit diamond in 7 days, never been done in network marketing history. We had no clue what we were doing. All we did is follow the system to a T. Even though we were successful in our old businesses, we came in here, just sat at the feet of our mentors and followed the system. 6 months later, we hit a $500,000 residual. 14 months, here we go. We were like, whoa, we built an empire on a sinkhole. We did not know what we were looking for in that company. We just joined it, we were amateurs. But now we had the mental experience over 14 months that, well, we needed to look who was in place, who was the main person, you know, the CEO of the company. It wasn't really, we didn't know what to look for. We didn't know the product. Was it residual? Was it something that was a Me Too company? We didn't know. And was it the right time coming? All these things you need to look at. When people join a network marketing company, they just jump in really quick. But there's so much more. It's a real business. It makes the most millionaires. Harvard University is actually teaching classes on it. So if you get in the right time, the right team, with the right product that's residual, it works, right? And so my husband and I, you know, we just did some soul searching because we realized we were in the wrong company. And so we saw Viseo, and which honestly was God sent, because this has been the biggest thing, and like he said, the biggest thing we'll ever do, and we've done pretty big things. And so what we saw in Viseo was an opportunity of a lifetime. Literally, how many people in this room have been approached with somebody asking to be in a network marketing company before? Hands? Okay, a lot of you. Okay, right? And so how many of you have been asked to be a founder? Any hands? Right, it's crazy, right? And I was like, I could be a founder of Dallin Larson, a legend in network marketing. He's like the Steve Jobs. I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to see. But also we had to look at the products, right? What is he offering, all of you guys? Is it something that will be residual? Will it be here in 5 to 10 to 15 years? Because if we're putting our name on it, all of you, if you're putting your name on something, you want it to be around in 10 years from now, because we're putting our blood, sweat, and tears in it, and that's what we had. We had a product that was so disruptive that we'll go into tonight on the PowerPoint, but it was a liposome technology, advanced delivery that nobody else had. And I was like, this is going to be big, because the biggest problem we face today is that things are not absorbed into our body properly. And so we got excited, and we joined, right? And we interviewed with Dallin 3 times to get our position here. We're sponsored by the #1 person, so you guys have a really, really good position in the company. We're the top 25 people. So that's pretty powerful. I want you to jump in.
So, you know, the thing that really I've been reflecting on, how did this get so big? First off, God has blessed our faith and what we've seen. You know, we've seen that there was a couple that was already in the industry that never did it before. Our sponsor made $15 million in the industry. If they can do it, we can do it, right? But also we've seen that we had someone in Dallin that's taken 2 companies to $1 billion. You know, that's not normal. I mean, there's not too many people you can say that's taken 2 companies, not even outside of network marketing, to $1 billion. But also with the technology, and I always, when I'm on a call, I always tell people this, you know, Dow's not coming back for the third time because of the money. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But he's also not coming back to do it a third time, to not do it better and bigger.
That's right.
And I knew that as an entrepreneur, because he has a product here that no one else in the world has, not even only in network marketing, but in the nutritional space that's patented and proprietary. So we knew it was going to be huge. And that's why our first week, 420 people joined our business. But what did we do differently? We started thinking bigger. That's all we did. We thought bigger and we made a decision. And that's all you have to do here. Like, you're going to hear from some amazing people tonight, and they just made a decision to listen to us, honestly. And yeah, they're amazing, and they put the work in. One thing, you know, last night I went to a meeting, and I've sat down with so many successful people in my life, and one thing that always sticks out is work ethic. You know, when you're going to hear from Rob Day in a second, and if you heard his whole life story, you would tear up. You know, even I did, he did. It was very powerful, but what I learned from that story, like I always do, anyone that is successful in life is they made a decision and they put the hard work ethic in, and they were successful. And when they get around successful people, that work ethic just blossoms and becomes something way bigger than they are. And for the last week, people calling us crying because and saying thank you, you can't get that in a job. If I got Dee Dee a job, she wouldn't call me crying saying thank you. Right? No. Because most people are miserable Sunday night when they get up, they know they're getting up Monday morning to go to a job. Because like my mentor always told me, if you're going to a job, you're trading your hours for dollars, but also you're working for their dreams and goals. We don't have to do that. You know, there's people in this room without network marketing would have never had an opportunity to change their life, really. And what I love, just like I looked in Rob's eyes last night and he's tearing up, I see hope. I can't ever do that in construction. There's nothing, you know, the check we made, amazing. But it's not what that gives you. You don't get that. I can't get that in a job. I can't get that in my construction company. And it's only because we said yes and listened to someone that was successful. And we have big faith. So tonight, guys, you know, our heart is to serve you. If you decide to do this, don't matter who you are, where you came from. I'm a high school dropout. I lived in a 200 square foot house. I made my first $1 million by the time I was 23 years old because I made a decision. I got around someone successful. It's not the money that's going to bring you happiness, but the culture and the time freedom is what will bring you happiness. You know, in my life, I watched a lot of my friends struggle with, even if they were successful, they struggle with time. You know, it's something we can't get back. There's not a price you can put on it, but this is what network marketing gives you. Residual income. And I didn't know the power of residual income. When Francoise, my wife, decided to do network marketing, our first company, she told me, hey, I just spent $2,200. I was like, great. But it was, honestly, I didn't see it as a real business because $2,200 to open a business was laughable to me. Yeah. And you consume it. But also, my prior experience in network marketing was I signed up in Monavie, ironically, and I drank 1,200 hours worth of juice because I never heard from the guy that signed me up. So I didn't believe it worked, right? But it was, honestly, it was God's silver lining to show me not what to do to my friends and your friends and other people, you know, to support them and make sure that's never happened on this team, ever. So that's what we poured into this leadership you're going to hear tonight, and that's why they've been successful, because they have a heart to serve people, and it has trickled down to our whole team. And that's why we're number one, because we outserve everybody. And we have a real, I would say, power and family here that you will not experience. Believe me, in our prior company, we didn't experience it. We learned what not to do. But here, it's just going to get better because everybody's getting better, but they're also wanting to help people. So the next person you're going to hear from, Tim Lux. I've known him for 15 years. He don't hide. So Tim has built a massive construction company also. He's been super successful. He has a heart of gold. He has a big business in Paseo. He's listened to us. We've learned from his experience in being an entrepreneur. We love him as a brother. Guys, give him a hand, Tim Lux.
I feel honored to be asked to talk here tonight. I don't really feel like I'm a public speaking kind of person. Here I am anyway. A little bit about myself. I've been in Jacksonville since I was 3 years old, and I do have a few businesses, not just one. And they're all construction based. And just like Ricky, when 2008 hit and everything started crashing, so did all of my businesses. I mean, I hit the bottom. I was at a point where I had $25 in the bank. I was getting a divorce and I had full custody of my daughter. And it's hard to raise a daughter with $25 in the bank. And I had a lot of real estate, but all my real estate was 3 months behind on everything. So, I mean, it was a pretty rough time for that whole year. I didn't work for like a year, I think. But anyway, I got into a network marketing company at that time with all the same promises that we heard here. And nothing happened, nothing, absolutely nothing. I made no money. And I did it for a year and a half anyway because I liked the product. But I built a team of 50 at that company. And I still made no money with 50 people. With this company now, I got to tell you, the support is unbelievable. These guys right here, or anybody on the team, you can call at any time, and they'll do a three-way call for you. They'll do anything they can to help you. You ask any questions, they'll be there for you. Ricky and Francois, I always call Francois first because she's very, very articulate. But Ricky's good too, though. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, you know, it's just all about sharing the opportunity. You're not really selling anything. You're just sharing with everybody you run into. I talked to the guy that was working on my truck the other day, putting tires on it, and I shared it with him. He was interested. I sent him the videos and talked to him about it. Of course, he didn't get in. You know, he didn't have the money, but he said he's still interested. So, you know, I'll keep calling him back, and eventually he'll probably get in. But I do have a pretty large team at this now because I didn't give up. I kept going forward, and a lot of people will laugh at you. People will say, I can't believe you're doing that, it's ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. I've had all kinds of negative comments, but you know what, then you get another person, they love it, they want in, you help them and they get successful with it. And the residual income is there. I paid a pretty large check, my very first check, and this week I assume I'm gonna get another one. And what I can say about the business is, as far as signing people this weekend, I think we had 7 people join my team alone this weekend, 7, and I only signed 2 of them myself, so. You know, that's 5 more people that joined my team, and that's just crazy. That in itself is amazing. That I've only spent probably an hour a day, put in about 7 hours a week in this. And I came in December, I think it was December 3rd. I came in right away. I came over here. I was actually in their last company with them. I signed up 3 spots. I bought some for my family too, and I never did anything with it. But I watched how successful they became in it, so when they brought this to me, actually I saw it on Facebook, like some of y'all probably did, saying they were starting this new thing. So I called Ricky up, he said, well, come on over, I'll tell you about it. And I came over here and sat down with him 2 minutes, and he was telling me how it was, you know, this company's just starting up and down Larson and this house. He said, sign me up. So I bought 2 founders kits. So it was that easy. And then from then on in, I mean, you don't need to know anything about it when you sign up, because you learn as you go, you know. I mean, every time you sign somebody up or talk to them or share it with somebody, you'll learn a little bit here and there, and eventually you'll be a rock star and you'll know everything about it. And I do have a good testimony on the products I started taking on Monday too, but I won't waste my time on that except telling you that this hand right here was always in pain, and the very first day I took it, I was on the job site talking to Jeremy, who's in the back of the room there, and we were talking about the testimony the other day when I can't think of the guy's name. Rob, he's in here too, right?
Yeah.
He was giving that testimony, and I was telling Jeremy about that testimonial, and I was like, yeah, I hope it works on wow, my hand don't hurt anymore, man, that's crazy. I was just fixing to tell him I hope it works for me, you know, my feet. I always get these pains in these bones right here. And I don't have any pain in my feet, and I don't have any pain in my hand anymore. It's completely gone. I don't know if that's a miracle or whatever, but all I can tell you is I took it one night and that happened. So this is my 3rd night on it, but anyway, that's my testimonial. And how much is that for a check? $2,008.
That's right.
$8. That's a good check.
7 hours,
$2,008.
7 hours, 2,000.
Yeah, pretty good first week check. So, the next one I'm going to bring up here, powerful story. He's already in South Africa. It's spread all over the place. I call him my wife's protege. She's amazing, guys. If you're in this business or you get in this business, she's a superstar. We've been successful because of her, honestly, because I'm all over the place, ADD. So
He's really not. He's
she's a glue. We call her Sarge. But
not here. All right, now you don't know.
if you need to know how to be successful, she is the person that'll make you successful. Rob Adeo will agree to this in a minute. But we've watched Rob grow just tremendously in huge, it's so gratifying for us to see the hope restored in his eyes, but also to hear where he came from, to know that, you know, Dr. Eric spent 2 hours on the phone with him his first night, and a million questions. He was the biggest skeptic in the room, and now he's the biggest advocate. And he has a huge team. He's international. You know, guys, give Rob Day a hand. Yeah.
Today, I don't know.
Great. Holden Jr.
I know who self-develops in this room.
So thank you so much. I mean, once again for having me up in front of you guys. I feel like it's been a month of talking with all of you, and I hope every single time I say something, it touches at least one of you in this room in any kind of way. And when I look around the room right now, there's a reason why people are here. They're looking for some kind of a change in your life. That's what you're looking for. And I don't know if you've watched this video. I posted it up a couple days ago, but I'm sure you've seen it. It's Steve Harvey when he says, you need to jump. Raise your hand if you've seen that. Okay, great. Raise your hand if you've made a jump. You've made a jump. Have you hit the sides of the cliff face and pulled yourself up? Okay, just a little bit. So I want to give you guys a little bit of hope here, okay? You can hear I have an accent from South Africa. I'm not going to go into a deep story with you guys because it will take too much of your time, but I want to give you an understanding of what a jump looks like. I came to this country in 2011, and I gave up absolutely everything for the love of my life. I married her for the last $95 in my back pocket, and ate ramen noodles on the day that we got married.
Awesome.
So I can tell you guys, you know, belief is a very, very important thing when you do something in life, and your why needs to be so huge that it brings tears to your eyes every single time you think about it to be successful in life. And I can tell you, from going from a place of graduating with a law degree in 2007 and moving my way around from South Africa to Colorado, having a good time, you know, building a life for myself, and then deciding that it was time for me to get out of the comfortable and get into the uncomfortable and take a leap and take a jump and take a leap of faith in that regard. It takes a lot, and it builds a lot of character. So there may be some people in this room right now that are sitting here and you're thinking one of three things. You know, you might have some children. They could be 2 months old, 8 months old, 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever it may be. You probably have a boss that's jumping down your throat 24/7, 9 till 5, Monday through Friday. The last thing you want to do is come to an event like this or jump on the phone and start dialing people up. Maybe some of you have a financial issue, you know what I mean, in terms of you can't really swing the $1,500. Everyone's got a skeptic nature inside them. And at any one time in your life, you're going to sit there and it's going to call at you. It's going to knock you on the shoulder, What I'm telling you right now is the most skeptic person in this room. I was standing behind that pillar for the first 2 times that I came here. And I didn't know why I was here. But what I noticed when I became part of this family is a support system and a structure associated with people that actually care about people. And I almost feel like I've done people a disservice that have listened to me speak over the past month because I get introduced as successful in the corporate business. Well, I want to tell you, you know, I never ever just came from success. When I gave up that lifestyle and I married the love of my life, okay, I could not work. I walked along First Street and helped people move furniture into their houses for $10. I went door to door knocking from 7 o'clock in the morning till 9:30 in the evening, Monday through Saturday, selling U-verse for a year in neighborhoods where I've had guns pulled out on me. When you guys are partying on your what's it called, 4th of July, I'm out there knocking on doors. Okay, and let me tell you, when we start talking about humiliation, That's humiliating. When your friends drive past you and laugh at you that that's something that you're doing. But let me explain something to you. When your why is that big in life, okay, you will do anything. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. So I tell you, and I urge you right now, if you're standing in this room and you're looking to make a change in your life and you're looking to make a change for the positive, you need to decide what your why is. How big is your why? It doesn't matter if you're 20 years old or 65 years old. It really doesn't matter. If you haven't developed your why, you will never find the full potential within yourself. So find that why. I challenge you, find that why, and if it doesn't bring tears to your eyes, dig deeper. And let's start dreaming again. Because I've been in the corporate world now for a while, and I'm obviously continuing to be in the corporate world, but I can tell you I've always had that same mentality. And that's why I didn't want to get involved in network marketing. But what I've found is it's given me the ability to dream again. I can start to dream. I can start to imagine my life. I don't want to be 59, 65 years old, etc., and retiring at that age and missing my children's lives. I want to be at the point, I want an opportunity where I can diversify my income with something like this, exactly this, where when I'm sleeping, I'm still making money, because we're taking this thing global, we're thinking big. We're in South Africa right now, we've shipped over the first packages over there. It's a huge, huge step, but that's what we're doing because we're thinking big. And I urge you and challenge you guys to start thinking big, okay? If you've wanted a Ferrari all your life, if you wanted a yacht, whatever you've wanted, I challenge you to start imagining that. Because if you dive in and your why is big enough and you have a support system that we have around the room here and you've got big dreams and you believe those dreams, you will be successful. I guarantee you, you will be successful. But it does not come without work ethic. Your why has to be huge and your work ethic needs to be out of this world. I'm not the most intelligent person in this room, but I can guarantee you I'm going to work harder than anyone else in this room. So I can tell you right now, you're in a phenomenal place. If you're in a place right now where you're sitting on the fence and you're wondering what you're doing here, there's a reason why you're here. So open your mind. There's an incredible team that we're with over here. I'm not speaking about the opportunity, as you can see, I'm talking about mindset. Because this is 90% mindset and 10% skill. So guys, I really, really welcome you on this journey. I can tell you right now, this has changed my life forever and my wife's life forever. Thank you so much, guys.
So you just don't get a business opportunity or healthy products, you get this family. You can't get that. It's just amazing. You know, I think Einstein said that everything's created from our imagination, just like he said. So you imagine it, that's where it starts. So the next one I'm going to bring up real quick. I didn't know he was going to show up because he was fishing and tried to make an excuse. So I said, you better get here. Nah, it's powerful. He's a pastor here in Jacksonville. He became my close friend. We go surfing together. Another relationship I would have never met in my traditional business or my life. That's what I love about this business is the relationships you build and you get to do life with. You just collect friends that you're gonna, go and do things with and enjoy life. It just makes life more full. So he's a pastor of Momentum Church, Dan and Winter. Amazing. He's built a massive team. He was very skeptical too. He's sponsored by Nathan McCardle, my good friend. So Dan and Winter, give him a hand. I had to throw you under the bus.
Yeah. So, I was fishing today. No, seriously, thanks for letting me speak. I am a little back and forth. I just got off the boat and rushed as fast as I could to get here. I wasn't planning on making it, but my wife helped me get something to eat. I took a 2-minute shower and blazed over here. Man, what an awesome crowd. It's good to see you guys here because this is not a waste of your time. Like Rob was saying, I can guarantee this is not a waste of your time. And I'll just share real shortly my experience. This was nothing on my radar. Honestly, my good friend Nathan said, would you just watch a video? Out of respect for him, I watched the video. And the first thing I noticed, my wife and I said, man, these look like really good products. Now, of course, the products weren't out. They just looked really good. And so we were interested in the product. Now, my wife, I did one other network market company about 8 years ago, I didn't really make any money, so I've always been a hard worker like Rob. I mean, I believe in hard work. I like to work hard, but for different reasons, I just didn't do well in that. And so my wife was like, she was never on board with that. So, but she said the product looked good. So I began to talk to Nathan, and I said, so tell me more about this company. And he said, well, it's we're in the pre-launch stage. I was like, what's that mean? Well, the products haven't even gone to the market yet, so this is like really, really brand new. And so now we've been going for a long time now, for I think at least 2.5 weeks. So this company is like, as a joke. I mean, this company is, they say ground floor is like first 2 years in this type of a company, network market business. And so we're in week 2, week 3, something like that. This is super, super, super ground floor. And so we thought about that for a minute, and we found out there was an opportunity to be a founder. And I said, well, what is that? Well, you can share in 2% of the global revenue of this company, and they're offering these founders positions because it's so brand new. And I just looked at my wife, and again, she was like real skeptical, like more than I would be. And she said, I don't know, I mean, it's pretty early. You can do a lot better if you get in early on these things. It's not a guarantee, but your chances of success go way up. And so I said, look, here's where I'm at. I'm willing to invest $1,500 and lose every penny and never see it again for the opportunity. Because opportunity always involves risk, right? I mean, you guys have invested in different things. I mean, I've bought real estate, flipped houses, bought land in Nicaragua, foreign currency, stocks, options, all kinds of stuff. You invest, there's no guarantee of anything. But what I thought is, the opportunity is so worth it, I am willing to take the risk. So we took the step and took the risk. And just to kind of give you a little bit of my story, we just got the products about a week ago. They're phenomenal, guys. I kept saying in the vision, we were just casting the vision, like, the leadership is amazing. This guy's built $2 billion companies. Do you know anybody else who's done that? $2 billion companies this guy's done. He knows what he's doing. I have a good feeling that hasn't gotten dumber, but probably smarter over time. So the chances of him doing another very, very successful company are very good. The timing, you can't beat the timing. I don't need to say anything more about that. The support system, Rob already mentioned that. It's legit, guys. I got a phone call. I would play it, but it's about a minute long. I don't want to take that much time. I listened to my voicemail the other day, and you may have heard of this guy before. He called me from Utah. His name's Dallin Larson. Have you heard of this guy before? Dallin Larson? He said, hey, Dan and Winter, this is Dallin Larson. Just wanted to call and congratulate you on your first week in Paseo. And I about dropped the phone on the floor. I was like, what? Is this like an automated recording? I called up Ricky and I said, Ricky, Dallin Larson just called me. I said, can you believe that? He said, yeah, call him back. I was like, what do you mean call him back? I'm sure it's a cell phone call. I'm sure it's like, I'm thinking that's a corporate number. They got like 500 phones up there or something. He goes, no, call him back. I said, I'm calling him on a corporate line. He goes, that's a cell phone. Call him back. I was like, get out of here. He said, call him back. He just kept saying, call him back and call me. I call. I was like, Dallin, or this is Dallin here. I was like, Dallin Larson? He said, yeah. I was like, hey, this is Dan and Winter from down in Jacksonville with Ricky and Francois. And he said, hey, Dan, congratulations on making platinum your first week. What? You even know what I did? I'm not a big starstruck guy where I gaga over celebrities. That's not a big deal to me. But what is a big deal is a man so successful and so busy at this time, at the start of this company, that he would take the personal touch to reach out and contact me. And then sit there and talk on the phone for 5-6 minutes. He wasn't even on a rush. That is extraordinary leadership. Personal touch. Okay, so the products, we've been taking them. I remember like the second or third day I took the Renew product. It's supposed to work on anti-inflammatory, just bringing your inflammation in your system down. And I remember I got out of bed. I've done a lot of sports and beat my body up for 40 years. And, I'm usually in the morning just kind of like, this kind of stretch. And I did that and I was like, where'd that go? What happened? I'm like not tight. I'm not sore anywhere. Still. these products are working. It's not just that Dallin went out there and got, let's see if I can find a good product. And, you know, he did his last billion-dollar company on Monavie, which was juice. You guys maybe have talked about that. But he went out and he said, I want to find something that's going to be big. That's how he thinks big. It's what Rob was saying. He thinks big. What's gonna make a major impact? And he talks about a disruptive product. The first couple times I heard that, I was like, that sounds negative. You know, what does he mean, disruptive? It's going to shake things up. We have an excellent product, amazing, extraordinary leadership. What a support team. The timing's unbelievable. And I'm glad I didn't take a fear of taking that step, because I took that step. I made my initial investment back. I just showed my friend today. I said, I got my first paycheck. It was $2,000, just under. And he goes, what? I said, yeah, because he did network marketing before too. I said, yeah. And I said, here, look at my phone. He goes, are you kidding me? He goes, dang, man, I should have got in when you told me I should have. Well, I signed him up, so. Honestly, as you guys say, I'm not a perfect Christian. I am a pastor, but I'm not going to lie to you. I believe this is an amazing opportunity. There's no guarantee, but I would bank on this being worth investing into. If you put some work into it and you just follow some simple steps, I don't see you losing in this thing. That's my personal opinion.
And he can't lie. God would have struck him dead. So that's why I bring him up here. Y'all believe me. No, Dallin called us this morning. Actually, he left us a voice text on WhatsApp and said, Ucrew Nation's taking over the world. So it was pretty cool. So the next one, really quick, I don't want to be too long. I'm going to bring in someone that's very, very near and dear to us. He's like a brother. He walks over like 10 steps every night and comes into the war room in the dining room. Yeah, he's a reason why we'll probably always stay living here. He's a good friend of ours. But, you know, to touch on his story a little bit, he's very successful. He's an international CFO for a Fortune 500 company. He does not need the money, but he needs something in this time. You know, they fly him all over the world. He can't see his family, doesn't see his kids get raised, and that's not a way to live, right? He doesn't need the money, but he needs the time. And here's the thing, don't ever prejudge who you share this business with. I didn't, but our previous sponsor was like, oh, Nathan will never do this. And look at him now. He's built a massive team. He's going to Utah for free. His first check was over $4,000. So everyone give him a hand. He has a heart of gold.
Thank you.
All right, so great crowd. Thanks for being here. It used to be in the very beginning when we started doing these meetings that I was always just like, I hope I don't have to follow Dr. Eric. I hope I don't have to follow Dr. Eric. But unfortunately now there's no safe haven. We just got so many great people to get up and talk. So it's really fantastic. But I do come from all the way right next door and gotten in good shape walking back and forth. But no, just a little bit about myself. I want to tell you just briefly a little bit more about my story, and then I want to talk to you just briefly about risk, right? So I am a CFO. I work for a global company. I look after the global operations, so it keeps me plenty busy. I'm not doing this because I need something else to fill my time. I need more time, right? So I have, you know, I really grew up below the poverty line and got to where I am by the grace of God and really hard work, right? So maybe that's a theme. Seems like everyone talks about hard work and being successful, right? But I ended up at a spot where I realized that I just did what I thought I was supposed to do, providing for my family, working hard, and then ended up realizing this is not the life that I would have chosen for myself. This is not the life that I believe I was called to live. And so I needed to find something to do about it. So when their mentor told them not to tell me that I wasn't going to bother getting involved in their last venture, I actually was very interested because I knew I needed something. I was waking up with knots in my stomach, realizing that my kids were growing up and I was working all the time, and that was killing me. So that combined with my other motivating factors, I had a heart attack when I was 29, I was completely out. Really another, for whatever reason, God wanted to keep me around for a little bit longer, and maybe this is why, so I can touch a lot of lives here. But I knew how important health was. So that company was similar to this in that it was all natural health supplements. but it didn't have the liposome advantage. And so you've heard a bit about that. But that was important to me as well. So we got involved in that company. So we set records with the growth that you heard about. And when I say we, it's because of the servant leadership of Ricky and Francoise. And they drive that through the culture of this organization, and that comes from the top. And so that's why you see all of these leaders pouring themselves out into everyone. And so we can instill that in the leaders that are coming behind and the leaders that are coming behind. So we are here to serve. So anyhow, we had a lot of success. I did get healthy. I lost about 30 pounds and got energy back and a lot of other things I won't quite get into. But when this thing came along, it was just too much to pass up. So I'm not going to talk about the reasons why, because you've just heard all of those, but this opportunity was just too much to pass up. So we are going full speed ahead. And I really feel what's been placed on my heart is I want to help 10,000 families make at least a $10,000 or $1,000 a month or more. The reason why is because I come from poverty, and 95% of America, that's life-changing. If they could get another $1,000 a month, it will literally change their lives. I mean, just think about in your life, what could you do with an extra $1,000, right? That helps a lot. So we're going to help a lot of people, but we're going to take it really big. And the one last thing I want to hit on briefly is risk, right? So I think a lot of you have heard me say, if you want to be successful, find the masses of people that are headed towards mediocrity and go the other direction, right? Sounds simple, but that takes risk, and that's scary, right? This crowd doesn't like when you go a different direction, right? And that's why you heard earlier, I don't remember who brought that up early on about, I think it was Tim, hearing about some people saying, what are you doing? That's crazy, get back here, right? It takes risk, and it's scary, right? But here's another thing that I really love, is that our lives, they expand or they contract based on our willingness to take on risk, right? So what does that really mean? That means you can stay in this group. You can stay right where you are. You can find something wrong in every single opportunity someone ever brings to you, and you can sit on your couch and refuse to move, but that's not safe. That's your life shrinking, right? So find the right risk. We believe this is the right risk, and hopefully that's come across. We are expanding. If you want to venture off from the crowd, come with us. We will link arms with you, and we will serve you, and we will do amazing things together. So I hope you join. We'd love to have you with us, so God bless.
So that whole not doing what the masses, Holton Buggs, who I call Rob Day, he says he observes the masses and does the opposite. He makes 1.1 million a month in network marketing, so pretty amazing story there. So the next one I'm going to call up, and lastly, but not least, is amazing what he's accomplished here. First time ever doing network marketing, and he's literally has a team of over 400 people. He's only signed up like 30. So it's all about. So it's all about duplication and the opportunity being right, and is how it grows. But he has 3 practices. He's a doctor here in Jacksonville, and he's been very, very coachable. But he also works hard, and he helps his people. And that's why he's been successful. He's going to Utah for free in April, and his check was quite large, his first check, and you guys can do the same thing. He just called a lot of people. So Dr. Eric Thompson.
I love the pound that you get as you come up.
Evening, guys. I just want to first say thank you for all of you guys being here. Okay, as Ricky and Francois said, my name is Dr. Eric Thompson. My wife and I, we are currently trying to operate very stressfully 3 practices. But also I do equestrian chiropractic, so I have 4 businesses going right now. So I thought, what a better time than just add a fifth one. Let's add a sale, right? So the reason that we're here is so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than Rob Day. The reason that we're here is so much bigger than Ricky and Francois. The reason, as Ricky told you guys, I've never done network marketing before, okay? In my practice, probably one time a week for the last 7 or 8 years, someone's brought to me the best opportunity to them of a lifetime, right? And it's not something that I've ever chosen to do. for no other reason than it just wasn't the right time for me. And we were doing very well, if you will, through hard work and perseverance, and we were doing well. I just didn't need it at the time. Why have I chosen to do it now? Because we're still doing fairly well, thank God. Because I've realized through the last 7 or 8 years as a doctor and as a physician with 3 practices that I try to operate with just me and my wife, it's very difficult, it's very time consuming, and we've gotten to a certain point in our life where we're moderately successful, thank you God, but we were still empty. Still empty. Not fulfilled. We got to a certain place in our life, we thought we were where we were going to be comfortable, and we're looking at each other like, this is wonderful, and our kids, we can go do great things with our kids, but there's something missing. And we're all here right now because we want to change. We want something different. Every single one of you is searching for something in your life to change. And if you weren't, you wouldn't be here right now at 8:30 on a Wednesday night, okay? So I can tell you about the timing of this as everyone else has, okay? It's phenomenal. You don't need me to tell you this, okay? We are pretty much, we just got past the pre-ground floor, and as Mr. Dannon said, all right? And as Mr. Dannon said, the foundation of our floor that we just started on is not even, the concrete's not even dry yet. I didn't know until learning, I've learned everything these last 4 to 5 weeks, and I'm still learning something new every single day, okay? I'm smart enough to know what I know, don't mind telling you that. Also smart enough to know what I don't know. And I won't act like I know something if I don't know it, but I'm gonna learn, okay? And what I've done is I've learned. I'm a pupil here. I'm a pupil just like everyone else, okay? That's kind of been fulfilling for me, to follow someone that can raise me up and everyone else around them. That's what we've done. The timing is ridiculous good. You don't need me to tell you about that, okay? The product that we have, exceptional. Exceptional. We are talking about the biggest industry in America, the health and wellness industry. It's the biggest industry in the world, or in the country for sure, and most of the people that make it the biggest industry in the world knows that the products that they're buying, they're only absorbing 15% of it. They know that, and it's still the #1 industry in the country. What is going to happen, or what is happening these last couple of weeks with these products coming out into the market? People are starting to feel what liposomal means, what liposomal feels like. That means our products are going to allow us to create a shift in the market. A multi-level marketing company is going to create a shift in the market. Get used to it, okay? Because it's happening, and it's happening now. We are going to create a shift, and we are going to take a piece of the market away from those big chains that are filling our citizens and our friends and family with junk.
That's right.
That people are wasting money, and they know it. The people that make these products know it. We're offering them a product for almost the same price, very comparable, that they're actually benefiting from. That's extremely powerful. As a physician, it's very important to me because I can adjust a person all day long. Crank, crank, and we do, okay? But if we can't change their inflammation levels from inside their body that's being generated by that nervous system, I could adjust them all day long. And they might feel a little better, but if the inflammation's in their body, it's not going to get 110% better. This product's going to allow my patients to get 110% better. That's exciting to me, okay? But what I really want to talk about is not the timing and not the product, but it's the uniqueness of these individuals in this room. I don't have hair on my head, but I got goosebumps here. And the fulfillment that I've seen, God knew what he was doing when he brought Ricky into my life last year. Okay? He knew what he was doing. It was a God thing that brought us together. He bent over backwards, gave himself to my friend. I bent over backwards and gave myself to my friend. And I think God said, you probably heard me say this before, if these 2 bald-headed guys can give themselves completely to this guy, if we bring them 2 together, how many people can they touch? When it's not us just touching them, it's not me and Ricky touching them, it's all of us. Okay? I am starting to become fulfilled because of the unity that I feel here and that I know is here. Okay? when you become very successful, when we've become very moderately successful in life, I should say, it does become lonely. Because you have to spend so much time making it work for you, okay? I've probably cried more in the last week than I've had in the last month. And I bawled like a baby on the way home last night because Ricky prayed over me on the way home. He prayed over me. I can't tell you the last time someone took the time to pray over me. Never. Okay? Pretty powerful. Okay? This is why it's fulfilling to me, because I don't want to be successful by myself. My wife does. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I've got people in the room back there that are like family to me. More family to me than my own blood. They're here because I want them a part of this. Because I want to be able to bring everyone up around me. And that should be all of your wants too.
Yeah.
Because if you're in this for yourself, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Not going to work. If you come into this thinking that you know everything, you might as well leave now, because you don't. And you're going to fail and you're going to waste your time. I think that's fair to say, okay? I have never done network marketing before. I have felt the love and compassion and the energy and the faithfulness that is in this room and from these two people right here, okay? I am being fulfilled right now. These last couple of weeks, my life purpose is being fulfilled. I help people, gets excited. I help people I try to help people every single day. But it's limited. It's limited to who comes into contact with me and who I come into contact with in that office. What we have now is the capability to affect millions of people all at once. That's a platform that I've never had before, and that is what's fulfilling me. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with these three things, 3 words, and I've said this once or twice over here, but we have some newer people here, and so I'm going to leave you with this. There's 2 words that I tried not to live by, and one that was just brought so powerful onto me last night that I try to live by. And those 3 words are regret, fear, and faith. Okay? Lord knows I have a bunch of regrets in my life. Okay? Lord knows there are relationships that I would love to repair in my life. Lord knows I'm not the smartest person in the world and I'm a big dummy sometimes. Okay? But I stopped looking behind me, because regret, that's all it does. It makes you look behind you. There's nothing back there. It's happened. We're moving forward. Okay? So you don't look back and regret. Fear. Very applicable to our arena, our industry. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason that we fail is because we're scared and we have a fear of what someone's going to think about us when we bring this opportunity to them. Well, I don't care anymore, because I see it so darn crystal clear, right? But those people look around, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. Why is this guy signing up so many people and I can't, right? Fear does nothing but make you look around. Okay? Regret makes you look back. Fear makes you look around. You're not going anywhere real fast, guys. Faith is the word that I want to live through. And it was just brought on to me so strong last night that I couldn't even stop crying, and it was just being brought out of me. Faith makes you look up. Makes you look up. Way better than looking back. Way better than looking around. We're looking up because that is the direction that this team is going. And the reason that we're the #1 team in the company is because we love every single person in this room. Even if you don't think I do, I do. Okay? I do. Okay? And I want to bring all of you up together, because the true meaning of success is what? To allow those people around you to get and receive what they truly want in life. If I'm the vessel to allow you guys, if we're all the vessels to allow our friends and family to allow them to get what they truly want in life, then how in the heck am I not going to be successful? Because as I'm rising, if I'm bringing them up, I'm going up with them. And we are all one team, and we're going up. And I encourage you guys, if you haven't made the plunge yet, if you haven't opened your chute, like Rob Day says, it's time to open that chute and jump. And if you hit the rocks, that's fine, because you're going to land on ground soon enough, and we're all going to be there to catch you and stand together. All right? Faith, regret, and fear. Live by faith. Forget the regret and fear. We're the #1 team in the company, and it's because of the people in this room, and we're all in this together. That's the reason that I'm here. Okay?
Try to follow that. So we got started a little bit late because I had TV problems. We would normally go through a PowerPoint, but for 20 minutes I couldn't get the TV to work right from my Apple TV. So sorry. We normally be done by now. So I just, want to say that I would tell you how to get involved, but to watch Eric's heart turn, Eric's heart like get softer over this past month has been awesome, and something powerful's happening here. But I'll let Francois tell you guys how you get started, and then we'll stop, and then we'll just walk around, and you can get any of these leaders asking questions.
Okay. All right. So what we have now is a opportunity for you guys to become a founder of the company. Now there's 7,500 positions about a founder's kit. That's it. After it's first come, first serve. After they're gone, they're gone. And so if you're interested in becoming a founder, it's a $1,500 investment. Okay, but for $1,500 you get a whole bunch of stuff. You get $1,500 in products. You can keep these products. I would say, you could sell some, but I would definitely say take them because it should be a product of the product. I mean, you heard the testimonies, they work, they're real. We've been on them for a few weeks. Amazing.
And we're hearing a bunch.
Oh my gosh, they're so amazing. And I knew they would be, just because it's just science and math, right? If you're going to get 80% of one thing versus 10% of another product, which one's going to be better? So you get $1,500 of product. You get advertising material, samples to share. You also get training material. You also get a ticket to the grand opening in Vegas. It's going to be at the Paris Hotel. It's going to be phenomenal. But not only that, you get 2% of the company. And this is huge. This is the cherry on top, guys. 2% of the global pull every quarter. So for example, say the company is $1 billion company, and I believe it's going to be $1 billion very fast. I mean, Dallin took his last company to $1 billion. There was acai berry juice in a bottle. It wasn't real science. It wasn't third-party tested in 3.5 years. Faster than Microsoft, faster than Apple went to $1 billion. Okay, so if the company is $1 billion company, 20 million is divided among the founders that qualify as a founder. Pretty awesome. So for instance, our sponsor, Holly and Corbin Roush, in their last company, they were a founder. Their check was $37,000. So imagine, the company pays everyone, which is called a brand partner, 8 ways. As a founder, you get paid 9, and that would be that 2%. Imagine just because you spent, because the largest package we have besides a founder, I think it's like 960 or something, right? Imagine if you just spend $500 extra to become a founder, and you make an extra $150,000 being a founder with that 2%. I believe it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. But just saying, it's such a small investment, guys. And I'm telling you, if you join anything else, you will regret it. Because it is an opportunity of a lifetime. I've never been asked to be a founder. I compete nationally for bodybuilding, bikini division. I see products all the time. No one's ever asked me to be a founder. And so I want you to take a serious look at it. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. So for that $1,500, 2% of the company forever for the life of your company, right? It's pretty big. Products, 1,500 products, right? And then you get the training material, advertising material, and samples to share, and that grand ticket. Any other product that you look at, any other package that you look at tonight, there's nothing else included. So the $1,500 founder kit, those are available limited time. There are smaller packages available. If you can't come in as a founder, that's okay. We'll work with you. We'll love on you the same exact way. It doesn't matter. Do what's right for you and your family at the end of the day. If you can't budget that $1,500, don't make that stand in the way of you building this. You could still build it. We were not founders in our last company, guys. We made 6 figures our first year. Okay, we'll help you. But if you can swing it, I would totally say seriously consider it. Okay, so thank you for coming. You guys are awesome.
All right, so
We'll be around answering questions if you guys have anything you want to talk about.